I'm Fiona Sampson, and I've just published my 5th collection called Rough Music. I tend to be associated with enthusiasm for the writing of Central Europe, because I used to edit a magazine from that region, and with writing in healthcare, because I spent a long time working in community settings and researching that. But now I edit poetry review, which is amazing and fascinating, but means I'm constantly editing myself out of the canon, because obviously you don't publish yourself. It's probably as a result of my interest in literature from Central Europe that I got very interested in translation. I'm not a linguist, but I think it's important for everyone to have a healthy dose of literary curiosity. So I'm doing a workshop today for Poetry School about translation and forms of translation, not just scholarly activity and not just finding out about new poets, but poem making poems of your own versions and so on from original poems. We are trying to do a sort of snapshot of each of a range of activities, from working from literal translations, producing a finished but faithful translation, writing homages and versions which take off from a translation, but are quite unfaithful in fact. We've been looking at Sappho and we're going to be looking at some Anglo-Saxon. But we're also going to do it the other way, that's to say, try and make literal versions of our own poems, which is a great discipline for any poet who is hasn't quite resolved issues of grammar or quite what the poem is saying. It's a great test if the poem is translatable or not. So we're moving in both directions. It's interesting because there are some students who have a translation background, or possibly not a translation background, but an interest in modern languages or something like that. And then most people haven't. Quite a lot of people have come, I think, because it's part of the summer workshop season, or because they just wanted to work with me or something. And so that's great. So there's a whole range of different levels of experience with translation. But in fact, of course, the problems are just the same for everybody, whether you've done it before or not. So it's quite interesting. There's a lot of debate and people with ideas, but also some very nice work coming out. Oh, teaching to the poetry school is very interesting because you have a brand, which is that you are known to be providers of kind of high-quality apprenticeships, poets working with poets. And that, of course, is what all emerging writers are looking for. And so it means that if you book for a poetry school, you know that you're going to be working with those kinds of people. And that's great.